Texas educators can really deliver powerful learning content with a first-class repository located within Project Share. This free resource can really add a lot of depth and richness to your learning management system and give students the ability to think critically. Why is Project Share superior to other platforms? The ability to create robust learning environments that allows for students to access reliable and nutritional content that includes top primary sources, multimedia content, and a network of lesson and instructional design ideas allows for Project Share to be a powerful system. Teachers not only provide these resources to students, but they can also contribute and share content with the world. This is what makes Project Share powerful. The ability to share, collaborate, and research within a learning management system that allows access to other institutions and resources beyond your local environment makes Project Share a very attractive option. Productivity tools along with customization, which you also find with other leading competitive learning management systems, also exist within this system. But today we are only going to focus on how to use the content repository, which I feel has been underutilized within our state. To access the content learning repository, simply log in to your Project Share account. Once you've logged into your account, you'll notice that you have access to your My Portal, your ePortfolio system, Upsland Mail, collaboration tools, learning tools, the content repository, utilities, and a help feature. As mentioned earlier, in this instructional design lesson, we will only explore how teachers can utilize the content repository. Once instructors log into the system, they can search the content repository without logging into their learning management system by simply selecting the content repository on the left-hand window. After selecting the left-hand menu option, users can then select the Open Content Repository to conduct a search. If you notice here on the right-hand side, you will see all of our Project Share network repository contributors and resources. These are only a few, but we have Project Share, Texas PBS, Flat World, CSIS, and then the content repository itself is hosted by the New York Times. So to access the New York Times Knowledge Repository, you simply select Open the Content Repository. And this will bring you to a window where you can search resources that date back all the way to 1851. So instructors can search primary resources and access content that dates back all the way to 1851, and I find this a very powerful system. Notice there's also an advanced search feature. In this lesson, we're not going to talk about the advanced search feature, but this is also there. To access content, you're simply going to type in a keyword. In this example, we're going to use the word solar storms and then select search. After the search populates, you will then have access to other database systems within the Knowledge Network repository. These are our providers. So you'll notice we have Texas PBS Learning Media, Center for Strategic and International Studies, Stardate, Flat World Knowledge, Aventa, CK12, PHET Simulations, MIT, I Support Learning, and NASA. You may or may not find resources underneath these other providers. Content is being added regularly, so I encourage you to go back and check if you are interested in using another provider or resource. In our example here, you will see that our search of solar storms has populated from the New York Times multimedia resources, which may include videos. You will also see interactive websites, photographs. Also, you will hopefully find articles and lesson plans that have been created and contributed by other teachers around the world. So teachers would then begin exploring and finding resources to utilize within the classroom. And if you find a resource that you feel fits your lesson design purpose, then after reviewing these resources, you can add these resources to a template. On the right-hand side of your screen, you will see a blue pop-up window entitled Template Tray. After selecting the Template Tray button, you can then add resources. So, for instance, if I wanted to add a resource to my template, such as this interactive website here, I would select the green button to add this record to my template. And you can add as many records or resources as you wish. And I would view your template as a bookshelf. I find that this is a very easy way to save time in the classroom and ensure that options are valid and accurate, which will save you time as an instructor, and you'll know that these resources that the students are accessing are quality resources and content. So, to select a resource and to add it to your template or bookshelf, you would just simply select the green button to add the record to your template tray. In this example, I have added 2 resources to my bookshelf. Once I have found the items that I would like to add as a resource, I can then save this template to my templates by selecting Save As, which will allow me to title my template can also add keywords, enter a course, select the level, the subject. Learning standards are optional, the date, and then I can also share content so that I can provide this lesson and share my lesson or resources to other instructors within the Project Share system or the New York Times Knowledge Network repository system. In this example, I'm not going to do that, but you would simply select Save. And now you have added a template lesson to your My Templates bookshelf. To see your lessons, you select My Templates, and that will give you a nice list of lessons that you currently have available within your account. Okay, you may wonder, okay, how do I add these resources to my courses located within Project Share? That's a great question. To add resources from the content repository to your courses located within your learning management system, you would simply log into your Project Share account, access the course. In this example, we're going to access Dublin ISD Project Share Training course. Once you're in your course learning management system, on the left-hand side, you will recognize the lessons menu option, and you can add a new lesson. Okay, for time purposes, we're going to use the lesson wizard, which is a 4-step process. You may recall that Project Share is set up to create units. So you will first title your unit or lesson. We're going to title this Exploring the Power of the Content Knowledge Repository in Project Share. You can add subtitles, summaries, keywords, and outcomes. These are optional. You can hide your lesson if you would like. You can also create an announcement. You can also introduce your unit within this second step. To add the content repository to your lesson, you will find the option to do so within step 3 of the lesson module. So you will type in your lesson title. In this example, I'm not setting up a unit, so I'm just going to use my previous title. You will need to use keywords in step 3. To add the content from your templates, you will then select Add Content, and this will give you access to the My Templates. You can conduct a search here and add to your templates during this stage, or you can go directly to My Templates. Select the template that you are wanting to add to this lesson. To add a template that you have already created to your lesson, you would select the green button to pull up the template tray. From the template tray, you would then edit your template tray icon and then share the content to this lesson and hit save. And as an instructor, you will notice that you now have access to the resources that you have pulled from the Knowledge Content Repository. To delete a resource that you may not need, that you've accidentally added to your lesson, you simply would select the trash can under the action menu to delete a resource. You would need to update your section and continue to complete and publish your lesson module and follow through to step 4 before your lesson would be made available for students to access. And this is how you would use a content knowledge repository within Project Share.